out on Fox 13 for Tampa Bay's best Gasparilla coverage.
Welcome back, everybody. Morning's Business Watch. Mixed bag on Wall Street Tuesday. Traders await big tech earnings and a decision on interest rates. Dow lost 408 points. NASDAQ gained 215. S&P climbed 28, reaching a new record high. Here's what investors will be focused on later today. Federal Reserve is wrapping up its latest policy meeting, but they won't be waiting for an announcement on rate cuts. We already know that's not going to happen. Instead, they'll be looking for clues on future rate cuts. Let's hear what Jerome has to say. Likely come during the chairman's speech. Also, one of Powell's final policy speeches. Only two more Fed policy meetings before his term ends in May, one in March and the other in April. Right now, a 13% chance of a rate cut in March. Apparently not everyone is celebrating the new U.S. takeover of TikTok. A new report says a lot of U.S. users are starting to delete it. Stats show since the U.S. deal with China was announced late last week, users deleting the app from their phones has increased 150%. That's compared to the previous 3 months. Some users were skeptical about the new privacy policy, another factor getting the app deleted. Many liberals claim the app has been censoring their videos over the ICE enforcement in Minnesota. TikTok has not responded to that claim. It looks like the business is rising. In one popular local bakery, Gulf Coast Sourdough announced it's expanding its Seminole Heights store. In fact, they will nearly double the size as a new owner takes over. The couple that founded the bakery recently sold it to a longtime employee. The sale will be finalized next week. Looking at futures this morning, Dow is up 19 points. NASDAQ is up 238. Good day on the NASDAQ, hopefully. And S&P is up 24.
You're watching Fox 13's Good Day Tampa Bay.
New this morning, an urgent warning from doctors about complications from general anesthesia. We'll tell you who's impacted and the important screening happening across international hospitals. Plus,
we are getting awfully close now to a partial federal government shutdown. I'm Doug Luzader in Washington. We'll have more on the ongoing debate coming up.
And $1 million listings? Which city in the country can claim that top spot? Here's a hint. It's not the Big Apple anymore. It's closer to us. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the 7 o'clock hour. Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Walter Allen in for Russell Rhodes.
Good to have you with us. I'm Laura Moody. It's all ahead and a whole lot more. But first, the forecast from Dave Osterberg. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. I had a pretty start to the day. There have been a few clouds overnight just kind of settling their way across. And I think that's actually helped a little bit, just a little bit, with the temperatures. Notice how Brooksville's above freezing, so is Wesley Chapel. Tampa's at about 39, Brandon 35. I think the clouds played into that, but it's 28 in Crystal River and Northport, of all places, the coldest this morning at 25. Throwing a little bit of wind. We have wind chills in the 20s this morning for Crystal River and Brooksville. The feels like temperature in Venice and Brandon at 30, and it feels like 33 in Tampa. So the freeze warnings continue. They'll continue again for most tomorrow morning. But today, we're going to go some sunshine, a couple of clouds mixed in with highs in the upper 50s. Now, here's something you don't expect to see around here. Our producer saw it driving into work overnight from Lakewood Ranch. FDOT signs on I-75 in Manatee and Hillsborough County that warn about freeze conditions, ice possible. Use caution. Hopefully everyone is driving safely. And I'll tell you what, we're going to go through this again over the weekend, especially Sunday morning. So more on that in just a little bit. Let's see how the roads are shaping up with Elise this morning.
All right, Dave, thank you. Yeah, Sunday's supposed to be, what, 32 the low, did you say?
In Tampa, colder inland.
All right, taking you to the roads now. I-4 at 301, moving along, as you can see, a tighter shot for you here. And then over to 75, just at State Road 56, volume here in both directions. But taking you out to the rest of the roadways where we do have one crash popping up on Hillsborough Avenue and Kelly Road, as well as 75 northbound, just some volume there through Big Bend Road and 41 into Gibsonton Drive on that northbound side. As you head on down to Sarasota, you can see that crash at Clark Road still sitting out there. Here's your Howard Franklin Bridge, that really pretty sunrise. Everything's moving along well at your top speeds there. Courtney Campbell Causeway and this really pretty shot moving along too. Walter and Laura?
Thank you. As the nation edges closer to another partial government shutdown, now just a day away from a critical vote in the Senate.
And as Doug Luzader reports from Washington, Democrats are taking a stand over immigration enforcement.
7:04 the time. A new alert from international medical associations after several young patients have either died or suffered severe reactions to general anesthesia.
Now, anesthesiologists believe that they've discovered an alarming link to patients of Venezuelan ancestry. And parents and young patients are increasingly being asked about their genetic history ahead of procedures. Fox 13's Kelly Cowan joins us now to explain. You can understand the fear there. Good morning.
Absolutely. Good morning to you, and the confusion that this is creating. So this is a new screening protocol that's been introduced. Many children's hospitals especially have made this part of their policy, but it is pretty common to be asked about your family history, any adverse reactions to anesthesia that maybe you or a family member has experienced. That's normal protocol during screening before any major procedure. And while adverse reactions to anesthesia are incredibly rare, they do happen. We know of at least 2 pediatric cases in our state that are linked to this specific issue with this gene mutation. So doctors want to get the word out. They want to make sure that everyone is aware of this issue so that they can hopefully prevent future tragedies.
Yeah, and to know that there's nothing to fear. All right, Kelly, thank you. Kelly Cowan, live for us this morning.
St. Pete authorities are investigating a murder of a 4-year-old. According to authorities, mother Diana Cullum stabbed her child, then stabbed herself. Happened yesterday around 3:30 on Tanglewood Drive. Officers responded to the call, transported the mother to the hospital. Officials say what medical officials are listing her in stable condition. But her son, Finley Cullum, was pronounced dead. Chief says Finley's 16-year-old sister made the horrific discovery. Investigators say the daughter found a knife at the home as well as a note. They believe the note was written by mom, but could not say what was in the note. Cullum is facing first-degree murder charges.
It didn't take long for a jury to find a former deputy guilty of aggravated animal cruelty. The incident was caught on a Ring doorbell camera. This happened at a home in Apollo Beach. Kujawa's girlfriend testified about the attack, and a forensic examiner said there were signs of long-term abuse. The trial only took 1 day, including just 2 hours for jury deliberation. The judge sentenced Kujawa to 270 days in jail, 36 months of probation, and 50 hours of community service. He was also told to get a mental health evaluation and add his name to Hillsborough County Animal Abuse Registry. The dog is, in this case, is now in a new loving home.
Polk County School Board members unanimously agreed to rezone the district's high schools. All 16 of them will have new boundary lines. School officials say it's necessary because of the overcrowding at some schools, under enrollment at others. Rezoning should balance things out, and just before voting last night, school board discussed why this is so important.
We have over 800 portables on our facilities, and if we just look at the high school facilities, we probably have 140 plus portables sitting on our high schools. So this is much needed as it relates to growth.
School district says they will not require students currently enrolled in one of their high schools to switch to a different school. Those students can remain where they have already started their high school academic career. They're also developing a policy to address siblings. They want to keep families together where feasible and practical. Rezoning the middle schools will be considered next, then elementary right after that.
Let's see with us straight ahead. He's arguably one of the best head coaches in the NFL, in NFL history, for that matter. 6 Super Bowl wins. Coming up, the shocking snub for Bill Belichick.
I was talking with the guys back there. 6 Super Bowl wins as a head coach. He has a couple more as an assistant. Plus, devices that track your sleep. A look at the pros and cons before you buy one.
A pretty start to the day. Look at the Tampa cam for you this morning, where it's 39 degrees with the wind chill down around freezing and a few clouds kind of streaking across as well for you this morning. Another struggle. We'll get back to more than likely upper 50s in the Tampa area this afternoon.
And now, Fox 13 meteorologist Dave Osterberg with your Sky Tower radar forecast.
7:14, another cold morning out there. We do have a couple of clouds just kind of streaming across, and I think that may have helped a little bit this morning. Really did. It kept temperatures a degree or two warmer than they would have been, but it also kept many folks right just above freezing rather than below. Freeze warnings continue though in the county shaded in purple. Tomorrow morning, the freeze warnings are back with the exception of interior Manatee and interior Sarasota. Everybody else, under a freeze warning for Thursday morning. And if you're not under the freeze warning, you're under the cold weather advisory. So, pick your poison, right? 39 degrees in Palm Harbor. I've also got the upper 30s for Tampa, mid 30s for New Tampa, Plant City. You go north, I got a 28 for you in Crystal River. It's right at the freezing mark. Inverness, Weeki Wachee, Bushnell, 33 in Brooksville. The coldest spot around, though, interestingly enough, is Northport at 25 degrees this morning. Ouch. 32 in Mayaca City. And these are the temperatures inland. Highway 17 is cold. Wauchula, Arcadia, 28, 29 degrees. Bartow's only 39. Throwing a little bit of wind, and our winds out of the north again, 10 to 14 mile per hour winds. And that's allowing these wind chills to get down below freezing for Brandon, for Bartow, for Winter. Haines City feels like 31. Tampa feels like 33. Arcadia feels like 23. And it feels like the upper 20s in Crystal River and Brooksville. So again, that's why if you're not under the freeze warning, it's the cold weather advisory that you're going to have to deal with. The clouds are already thinning out. We should have a beautiful day, a lot of sunshine. But with that north wind, we continue to struggle with these high temperatures. We got to the mid 50s yesterday. Today will be kind of in the upper 50s, maybe a few spots inland in the lower 60s for us. By Friday, we're going to be in the upper 60s. And then it all changes very quickly. Friday night into Saturday morning, we're going to get some rain to roll through here. We really, really do need the rain. And then on the backside of that, we got low pressure developing up the eastern seaboard. Now, where that develops and how strong it is really plays into our weekend temperatures, because the stronger this is, the more cold air it's just going to wrap right back around and into our state. So I am anticipating for the parade on Saturday, we start in the 50s, we quickly go back into the 40s during the parade, and then most of us, and I mean most of us, wake up to freezing temperatures Sunday morning, and once again on Monday morning, with Sunday highs only in the 40s. So mostly sunny as the chill continues today, with the upper 50s for you, lower 60s inland. Tampa's 38 tonight, 64 tomorrow. There's that mild air on Friday afternoon, and we turn it right back around with that 32-degree start on Sunday, and a high of Sunday of only 48. Yeah.
All right, Dave, we'll be ready for that. Thank you. 7:17 is our time, and some issues popping up for us, but we'll start here with the Howard Franklin Bridge. This is moving along fine here. And then your Courtney Campbell Causeway and that really pretty sunrise. Keep showing you that shot there. 275 at Howard Avenue. You can see some volume here in those pink skies, and out to the rest of the roads where we have a crash now popping up for us on Cortez Boulevard and California Street through Brooksville. And then heading on down to Hillsborough Avenue and Kelly Road, still seeing that crash there, as well as an incident down in Sarasota. This is at Clark Road and 75. Your toll routes, though, Vets fine, Polk Parkway fine. You're showing some slight taps on the brakes. Walter and Laura?
All right, Elise, thank you. A lot of people use technology to track how much sleep they get.
And the popularity of these kinds of devices continues to take off, too. Fox's Chris DeMeo has a list of some of the pros and cons from users and sleep specialists.
All right, 7:19 this time. Local real estate market made another top 10 list. It's good news. Better for buyers and sellers when coming up.
Plus, nervous neighbors, a mountain lion running loose in a wealthy neighborhood in a large city far away from where it belongs. Yikes.
That is a big cat. So that's Charlie Belcher. Hey, Charlie.
Good day to you, Walter and Laura. I'm taking you out for some fine dining in Sarasota. We are on East Avenue. There's a guy in here named Michael. This must be Michael's on East. It's like a 1930s supper club. Just recently renovated. The decor is really cool. They don't have happy hour. They have Gatsby hour. Yeah, a little piano music in there, full menu. They've been around since 1987, but they're just giving themselves a fresh look, but it's still a classic. I'll tell you all about Michael's on East when Good Day Tampa Bay continues from Sarasota.
Count on Fox 13 for Tampa Bay's best Gasparilla coverage.
Fox 13's Good Day, the best way to start your day.
Welcome back, everybody. The U.S. is expected to flex its military capabilities in the Middle East.
Forces are expected to conduct a multi-day air exercise in the region amid tensions with Iran. Well, you know, no one expects to see this at their front door. A 78-pound mountain lion. Look at that. Cameras caught it roaming a wealthy neighborhood in San Francisco. Pretty rare sighting in the city. Officials quick to respond. They were able to tranquilize the lion and relocate it back to where it came from, about 50 miles away. They knew the location because of a tag that the 2-year-old male lion was wearing. Fortunately, no one got hurt.
I know you were reading, but...
I know, I still saw it. Look at that.
But is it frozen there? You know, like when they spot something, they freeze?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is this just a picture?
No, that's not a picture. That's a video. Yeah, because you can see him kind of moving there. But what a beautiful animal.
Beautiful.
A little too close for comfort. Yeah. A little too close, but still beautiful.
All right. Finding your pet if it gets lost. There's new resources available to locate your furry friend. That's coming up.
Plus, a trip to Tallahassee today to save lives. Matthew McClellan is covering that story for us. Matt, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yes, staying in the fight, a busload of cancer survivors, patients, advocates heading to Tallahassee. It's a 200-mile drive as we speak. After the break, what they're asking lawmakers to protect and what is at stake this legislative session. Stay with us.
You're watching Fox 13's Good Day Tampa Bay.
Top of the morning to you, of course, bundle up. It's cold again. I got 40 degrees in Sarasota, but we've had wind chills in the 30s there all morning long. The current temperatures range, listen to this, Northport, 23 degrees. Ouch. It's 28 in Arcadia, 28 in Crystal River, 33 in Brooksville, 36 in Lakeland, 39 in Tampa. Throwing a little bit of wind this morning. Wind chills are down in the 20s for Brooksville. Arcadia feels like 21 degrees this morning, and Tampa feels like 33. Freeze warnings are out. They'll be out again for most of us tomorrow morning again, same places, and the cold weather advisory as well. Another struggle today with sunshine. Highs getting back only into the upper 50s in Tampa, lower 60s inland.
All right, Dave, thank you. If you are heading out, 7:31 is our time. Here's a look at I-4 near Nebraska. You can see that westbound volume building here. A couple of problems out there for you. Up to an incident here on Cortez Boulevard and California Street. And then you're going to head on over to another crash at your County Line Road westbound at Linden Drive. That crash there. Heading on down to another one at Little Road and County Road 54. This is just through Seven Springs. And then as you head on down to Hillsborough Avenue, you're still seeing that crash on Kelly Road. Your toll routes, though, Vets and your Selman building some volume. Your Polk Parkway, though, moving along pretty well. Here's the Howard Franklin. That's in good shape. And here is a look at the Courtney Campbell Causeway moving along just fine, too. Walter and Laura?
All right, Elise, thank you. There's a new resource available to help pet owners locate their missing furry friends.
And Fox 13's Heather Healy is here to tell us about the database that was just launched in Manatee County and how it works. Hi, Heather.
Hey, good morning to both of you. We're talking on a new site this morning with the goal of reuniting lost pets with their owners as quickly as possible. It really does. Sending a picture instead of just writing a description will make all the difference. Michael also says it has to be as detailed as possible when writing up that lost pet form. And if you would like more information, you can head over to the story on our website, fox13news.com. But it's a very, very good tool, a good resource if you ever lose a pet in the county. So very, very good to see, very good progress that they're making here.
All right, Heather Healy live for us this morning. Heather, thank you. On to this now. A couple in St. Petersburg is warning others after they say that they were scammed out of thousands while searching for their missing puppy. They tell us their German Shepherd puppy went missing after slipping under a hole in their fence. They posted her picture online, and then someone claiming to be a sergeant with the St. Petersburg Police Department told them that the dog had been hit by a car and shared an image of the puppy on an operating table. They were told to pay $1,900 for the surgery, so the family paid it. But the puppy turned up later, unharmed. They say they now believe that that photo was a fake, made by AI. Puppy came home on its own. Luckily, their bank flagged the fee and marked it as fraud.
Consumer confidence just hit a 12-year low. Index score this month is 84.5, which is down 10 points since the end of last month. Confidence fell among all ages and income levels. Prices are a big reason why. Labor market's another. In case you're wondering, the highest score ever for consumer confidence was 111. That was back in January of 2000, right before the pandemic. Bill Clinton, 2000, not 2020, 2000. Bill Clinton was president back then.
Well, home sale website Zillow has released their top list of metros with the most buyer-friendly housing conditions for the year, and Tampa stands at a respectable 9th spot. The ranking is designed to highlight places where buyers are more likely to find a balanced mix of opportunity and sustainability, not just lower prices. The list compared homeowner affordability with market heat, and for Tampa, the typical home value reached a little over $350,000. Topping the list, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Charlotte, Jacksonville, and Oklahoma City. But Miami, not too far behind, they took the 8th spot in the list. New trend is occurring in Miami. The beach city now has the most million-dollar homes, overtaking New York. By December of last year, Miami had almost 11,000 listings, priced at $1 million or higher. Experts say that Miami has been getting traction for its steady year-round seasons, compared to New York, where home buying slows down in the winter months.
Right now, dozens of Moffitt Cancer Center advocates are on the way to Tallahassee with a clear message for lawmakers. They want to build a big cancer funding win from last year and to make sure that momentum does not slow down. Some of them spoke with us before they left Tampa. Let's head out to Matt McClellan, who's covering that for us. And you spoke to some of these folks. Matt, good morning.
Walter, good morning. This is the McKinley Outpatient Center, and in this atrium where I'm standing, there are countless cancer patients and their families at various stages in their journey from registration for the first time to remission. Some of them here to get good news, others getting not so good news. But regardless, these are the people that this delegation to Tallahassee is fighting for. So today they're asking lawmakers to keep this progress going, to protect research funding and expand access to screenings, remove those cost barriers that can delay care for patients and survivors on this bus. This trip so personal. They're sharing their stories to put a face on the numbers and to show what's at stake as budget talks and policy decisions move forward this year. And these advocates, you guys, are expected to arrive at the Capitol, as I mentioned, sometime between 10:30 and 11 this morning. They've got meetings scheduled throughout the day, and they say that this is about making sure cancer does remain top priority, not just for this session, this legislative session, but in the months and in the years to come. Back to you.
All right, Matt McClellan, live for us this morning. Talk to you later on. Thanks. Sports this morning, Zach Attack is about to hit the Buccaneers. Team introducing new offensive coordinator Zach Robinson yesterday, and he can't wait to start scheming. Let's be honest, he's already been scheming. He knows. So, Dave, in talking with our good friend Greg Wolf yesterday, on his podcast, they broke down how they're going to do it. They have those little chillers and coolers underneath the ice, so they'll be able to follow the sun. If there are hot spots on the ice, then they can chill those little areas first.
Well, interesting, it's this weekend rather than last weekend.
Yeah.
When it was 80 degrees. This weekend, when the puck drops, it'll be in the 40s, on its way down into the 30s. Colder.
We couldn't have planned it better. We meant for this to happen. We knew it.
Colder than when the Avalanche had the outdoor game. Remember? Wasn't it in the 60s?
At Coors Field, 65, and that was the warmest outdoor game in the history of the NHL doing this.
And we're going to be in the 40s. I love it. Okay, so outside this morning, I've got 39 degrees in Tampa. Still many spots around the freezing mark. Wind chills are several degrees cooler than that. Bundle up. Only headed back into the upper 50s again this afternoon.
I'm proud of myself for knowing that little factoid, Dave.
Yes, indeed.
Free produce giveaway is happening today in one local county. We got the details coming up at 8, including who is eligible. Be right back.
And now, Fox 13 meteorologist Dave Osterberg with your Sky Tower radar forecast.
Crystal River, 27 degrees for you. Getting rid of some of the cloud cover we had very early this morning. But you go down to Sarasota, and it's 40 degrees with wind chills mainly in the mid to upper 30s. So we start with the freeze warning, which is in effect till 9 o'clock this morning. But tomorrow morning, the map is going to look exactly the same, with the exception of interior Manatee and interior Sarasota. You're not in tomorrow morning's freeze warning. You're just in the cold weather advisory. So either way, folks, we're not done with this yet. 33 in Brooksville. These are your actual temperatures. 23 in Northport. 29 for our friends in Arcadia. 39, though, in the Bartow area. And I think some of the cloud cover that we had this morning really did help out. You have no idea what a difference that makes when you bring some clouds in at maximum cooling time. Kind of acts like a little bit of a blanket, and it helped to keep many folks just above freezing this morning. 21 in Tallahassee, 29 in Jacksonville, and yeah, it's 50 in Miami. They're shivering. down to Miami this morning. Southeast, very cold, too. It's 6 in Wichita. Nashville's at 19. You got 26 in Charlotte, and so on and so on and so on. With our wind chills here in Central Florida down in the 20s and 30s, it feels like 29 in Brooksville, 31 in Ocala, 33 for you in Lakeland. Now, north winds again today. That will limit the high temperatures as we get rid of the cloud cover we had this morning, get back into mostly sunny skies. Our temperatures today, mainly in the 50s. Yesterday was kind of mid-50-ish range. Today will be in the upper 50s. 1 or 2 spots inland may be in the lower 60s. Tomorrow, low to mid-60s, and it looks like Friday will continue to be the warmest of the week as we get back into the upper 60s. But it'll be a huge tease. When you wake up on Saturday morning, a front's going to come through. We're going to start Saturday in the 50s, and depending upon how strong this low gets east of our state and it cranks up the eastern seaboard, it's going to funnel in even colder air this weekend. So you're headed out to the parade this weekend. You know, we're probably lunchtime, early afternoon, just before the parade starts, you're going to be in the 50s. Then it's going to drop into the 40s throughout the parade, and then the 30s overnight. And then we wake up Sunday morning, and the majority of us are going to be below freezing. With wind chills, listen to this, wind chills Sunday morning in the teens for a lot of us. We'll keep fine-tuning this, but really the coldest air of this entire stretch looks like it's going to be on Sunday, with Sunday's highs only in the 40s. So 59 degrees for today. I'm looking forward to Friday afternoon as we crank it up with a southwest wind to 68. Never thought I'd be excited to see 68, but here we are. Then falling temperatures Saturday afternoon and freezing temperatures Sunday and Monday morning. What do you think about that, Mr. Charlie Belcher?
It sounds like maybe chilly for Sunday. That's going to be a chilly Sunday. And speaking of serving up food, we're doing a little fine dining in Sarasota this morning. Now listen, I am of a certain age that I appreciate different things about a restaurant. This restaurant has sound-absorbing panels on the walls and on the ceiling, so you don't hear all the sound bouncing around everywhere. So many restaurants are so loud these days. This one's got a little quiet vibe to it, and a 1930s supper club style to it. Going to tell you all about Michael's on East in Sarasota next.
Fox 13 Sky Tower Radar Weather is brought to you by Spa Manufacturers, the only place for quality hot tubs and swim spas at the lowest prices. Just look for the Big Yellow Dock on Ulmerton Road.
Hi there, happy Wednesday to you. I'm Charlie Belcher in Sarasota, and on East Avenue you will find Michael's on East. And that's where we find Michael on East inside Michael's on East. When we come back, we'll take a look at what they're serving up. So stick around, everybody, and make it a good day, Tampa Bay.